place in their sights, Team Canada knew what was at stake against Switzerland.
McKinnon's goal! And just like that, Canada has seized the lead.
Now, with first place locked up in their pool, the Canadians have one last tune-up with Austria as they try to put an exclamation point on a perfect round robin. Belarus was looking pretty perfect a few days back.
They did not give Belarus a chance.
7-0 is your final.
But after a blowout loss with Russia, a heartbreaking defeat against Finland, Belarus finds itself clinging to a final playoff spot. A win, and they're in. It's Belarus, Norway, Canada, Austria. Final day of the round robin at the Worlds now.
Last dance before the quarterfinals on Thursday. Canada, Austria on TSN today, on Prague, Czech Republic, over in Ostrava, Norway and Belarus. Dan Hamhuis will wear the C. Sidney Crosby has the day off against Austria today. Sean Couturier will move up to that top line between Eberle and Hall. Michael Raffel. Team Austria getting ready. Patrick Thoresen and Norway against Belarus. Belarus needs just a point, and they will play Canada in the quarters. Lots to talk about. Hi, everybody. Welcome, Canada, to our final day of round-robin play at the World Hockey Championship. Alongside Bob Airy, I'm Rod Black. Canada has a chance to roll a perfect 7-0.
Yes, and they've earned the right here to do what they want in this final game. They're going to rest Sidney Crosby, the captain, in this one. And they are perfectly positioned right now, Rod. Just want to maintain those good habits.
Seem to be getting better as the tournament goes along. Probably the best team since 2007 when they won, a gold medal. So we've got a very busy day. We're glad. Just put your feet up if you're at work. Take the day off. Canada, Austria, Norway, Belarus. We'll tell you more about that game in a moment. Latvia and France at 10. The United States and Slovakia positioning to be determined over in Pool B. Czech Republic, Switzerland, and Finland and Russia. Final game as well. So it's Canada and Austria in Prague. Here's Gord Miller and Ray Ferraro.
Canada has a chance to go into the medal round undefeated for the first time since 2008. What's the message today, Ray?
Well, it's not offense. They've scored plenty of goals. It's to try and look after their own end a little better than they have. They've given up 12 goals in the last 4 games, and it starts really from the goaltender out. Mike Smith has had moments of brilliance and moments where he's been incredibly shaky and given up some bad goals. Defensively, they haven't done a really good job of pressuring the puck on the way back into the zone. They'd like to clean that up because while they're going to go through most likely undefeated, the real test starts in the quarters, and we all know, as it's been a long time since they've been past that quarterfinal game.
1 point for Austria today gets them back into next year's tournament. They'd avoid relegation for the first time in 6 appearances. The last time Austria faced Canada in this tournament was back in 2004 here in the Czech Republic. Reinhard Divis in goal, and a 20-year-old Thomas Vanek made his senior-level debut in a 2-2 tie against Canada.
Well, possibility of a tie, but Canada is loaded, even without Sidney Crosby. Again, Couturier moves up. Braden Shen is back in the lineup today.
Yeah, you look at that lineup, a lot of speed. Canada are going to take it to the Austrians here, are looking for that point to avoid the relegation. So it's going to be interesting to see really how they balance things. To me, it's just about staying sharp, staying healthy as Sidney Crosby gets a rest here today, and make sure you're rolling on all cylinders. Canada looking for that first medal since 2009.
Now, Todd McClellan had talked about 5-on-5 play the other day. One thing we did notice in their final game is that they were really crashing the net a lot as well.
Yeah, well, you have to. These goaltenders are too good. You look, whether it's the National Hockey League here in the World Championships, these goaltenders are the best for their countries. And right now, Team Canada is scoring a lot of pretty goals early in the tournament. Now you got to get to the blue paint, just outside the blue paint, or they'll call it here in international play. But you got to score those dirty goals. Canada's been doing that.
And special team goals as well. Tyler Seguin, 5 goals in 4 games. They're combining with Claude Giroux. They seem to be a combination that's working well together.
Well, they're highly skilled,
yeah.
Rod. When you talk about these two guys, 7th Seguin was in National Hockey League scoring. Giroux, he was 12th with 73 points. They had 27 power play goals between the two of them. They are slick. They think alike. And that's why you want somebody, whoever plays with those two guys, to get to that dirty area, create that traffic in front. Those guys I'm not going to call them perimeter players, but they do like to make a lot of their plays through the seams in the perimeter. That's why that third guy is so important playing regardless of who it is.
Eberle, Hall, McKinnon, you go down the list. Let's talk about the backside, too. And Aaron Ekblad, we all know what he's been able to do in his very brief NHL career so far, but this has been really an arrival at a world level for young Aaron Ekblad.
Yeah, the youngest Canadian scorer on that blue line. I mean, you look around this World Championships, you see Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He's leading everybody in points. Then you got Ekblad for Canada, moving up the backside. It doesn't matter who it is. You see these young defensemen come into their own, Rob, because they've been drafted high for their teams. They don't make the playoffs, come to the World Championships. Much like Roman Josi, they become stars, and it elevates their game.
Well, Canada against Austria in a few moments. Again, Team Canada already solidified in first place. Will play either Belarus or Slovakia, likely Belarus on Thursday. So this is a game about preparation. Expect some more firepower, more goals, and also defense. Tyler Seguin's been leading Team Canada lately. He's with Brian Mudryk.
Tyler, your team's had a great tournament so far. You've already wrapped up Group A. What's important for you guys to accomplish in this hockey game?
I guess our consistency and good habits. These guys are playing for a lot over there, Austria. I think they could go down if they lose this game, so we know they're going to be coming out hard. And we want to stay consistent with how we've been playing going in the medal round.
I know you haven't gotten the chance to represent Canada a lot, but you're here. What does it mean to you to wear that jersey?
Oh, it's an unbelievable feeling. Right when I got asked to come play, I knew I wasn't going to turn it down, so I'm really excited I came and having a lot of fun here.
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thanks.
A lot of fun when you light the lamp as well.
This guy's back from suspension. He should be well rested, Kostitsin, Andre.
We'll talk about Belarus and Norway when we come back.
The 2015
This final day of preliminary play will decide 1, 2, and 3. U.S., Russia, Finland in Pool B. And also the biggest decision, Belarus, Slovakia. Belarus just needs the point, and they move on to play Canada. With more on that game, Belarus against Norway. Here's Shane Knighty and Dennis Bayak in Ostrava.
For Belarus, they need something out of this game, a single point, and they will advance to the quarterfinals. And the good news for Belarus, Shane, is they get a couple of players back in their lineup.
Well, some welcome help back for Belarus as Andre Kostitsin comes back in the lineup after a one-game suspension for a hit to Viktor Tikhonov of Russia. And in net, Kevin Lalande will be back in net for Belarus today after a couple games missed because of injury, and he's really been the rock for Belarus. That being said, don't expect it to be easy against Norway. Slovakia lost 3-2 to Norway after leading by 2 goals in the third period.
And the reward for finishing fourth on this side, you will get Canada. Belarus's only other early game in this tournament, they lost 7-0 to Russia.
I don't know if that's such a reward. But Canada and Austria coming up. Starting goalies brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Lars Hagen, his number's 11th best in the World Championship. And there he is against the Belarus netminder Kevin Lalande coming back. 1.76.
Clarence Creek, Ontario.
Look at him. No, he's been really good. 921 save percentage. Mike Smith, up and down, hot and cold. Timely saves been the key for Smith. Get him sharp for the quarters against Starkbaum. 925 save percentage in this World Championships.
There's no tie for Austria in this thing. I mean, Canada's got to pound him, don't you think?
There's no Crosby for Canada.
No Crosby, no matter. Austria has no hope. Canada, Austria from Prague, Norway, Belarus. Enjoy, everybody. We'll see you during the intermissions.
Welcome to Ches Arena in Ostrava. Triple header Tuesday as the preliminary round of the 2015 World Hockey Championship comes to an end. To look at Andre Kostitsin, who was back in the lineup. And a lot riding on the line, Shane, for Belarus in this game.
Well, it's all about getting 1 point for Belarus. They're able to come back against Finland late to tie it, to get a point in that shootout loss, and one more puts them in the quarterfinals.
Referees are Pavel Hodek of the Czech Republic, Marcus Vinneberg of Sweden, and the linesmen are Canadian Bevan Mills, and from the USA, Paul Carnathan. We are underway. Kevin Lalande back in goal for Belarus, and it is Lars Haugen in nets for Norway. Cross ice and back forward goes Korobov for Belarus. Chops this out at center. Norway into its first line change. Thoresen for Morton Ask. Ask waiting for some help, plays it through for young Norstabo. He couldn't handle it, and it's out at center for Droz. And Droz will send this into the Norway zone. Haugen plays it around the boards and down the left side by Thoresen. And Droz will go back for it. The former Tri-City American. And Big Yavenko, who leads Belarus in average per game ice time at over 20 minutes, will carry it out. Looking for Gavris. The pass was in behind him. Norstabo for Ask, and he'll send it rink wide at center. Cleared in by Trigg, and Kevin Lalande will come out and trap that. Missed the last part of the Russian game and then missed the entire next game for Belarus, and is back in the goal today for Belarus. Kevin Lalande, the 28-year-old, 9.20 save percentage in this championship. At the line, turned over. Von Saxon throws this cross ice. Ken-Andre Olam plays it in. Goroshko back there for Belarus. He got knocked down in the corner. On for Rosalie Olsen. In behind the net. Von Saxon plays it for Bastiansen. And Bastiansen's sharp angle chance goes off a stick and out of play.
Well, look at the coaches today. Dave Lewis, the head coach of Belarus. It's his team looking to get to the quarterfinals. And Roy Johansson, the head coach for Norway. He's been the head coach since 2001. And Dave Lewis has done a good job here as he wants to see his team get to quarterfinals. The best ever Belarus has finished was 6th back in 2006. They finished 7th in the tournament last year.
Korobov plays this to center. Volkov will send it in. Tolofsen is back. Onto the stick of Jonas Holas. The pass up the boards got blocked. Dahlstrom trying to clear, kept in by Volkov. Katarov lets this go all the way around the boards. Korobov is in on the far side, but Martinson is there to deflect it past him. And player changes now for both teams as Tolofsen takes it back into his own end. Tolofsen, lead pass. Roost had to put the brakes on against the checking of Kostitsin. High slot, the shot there from Andrei Kostitsin. And that never got to the net. And Andrei Kostitsin back in the lineup after sitting the last game because of suspension. On for Sergei Kostitsin, back for Andrei Kostitsin. He's being watched closely. Back to the blue line. Slap shot by Stasenko. And Haugen got the right pad down and makes the save. Tolofsen plays this back in behind his own net. And again, signal a line change for both teams. Stas, Gavris, and Droz back out for Belarus. Lead pass up the middle. Sorvik plays it down. Lalande came out to trap it, couldn't block it. Sorvik has it at the left point. Plays this down for Mathis Olam. For Thoresen. Thoresen trying to get to the forehand, can't. Now a centering pass for Morton Ask, and that got cleared. Norway on the attack. A centering pass got blocked. Belarus trying to clear. Out to center ice for Gavris. To the Norway line, no further. And Mathis Olam on the defensive side of the puck comes up with it. Looks for a little bit of room. Droz stays with him. And now another line change for Norway. Rosalie Olsen plays this behind the net, trying to get that for Bastiansen. He got bumped off the puck. Ken-Andre Olam on the far side, trying to dig it out of the pile. Comes back to the line and comes out to center. Holas back for Olam. Olam into the slot, lets the shot go, and that's off a stick and out of play.
Well, Andrei Kostitsin back in the lineup. 1 game suspension, and this line reunited with his brother. Had a chance at a tip in front off the shot from the point. And at the other end, Morton Ask trying to find that centering feed from Mathis Olam. Mathis Olam, 6 assists in this tournament. Kostitsin leads the way with 6 assists and 7 points for Belarus. He's in a tie with Alexei Kaluzny, who also has 7 points, but leads them in goals for Belarus with 4.
Been a good tournament for Mathis Olam with the 6 assists. Be nice to see him get a goal.
Well, what, and not that. He came into the tournament following Morten Ass, the all-time point leader, and now only 1 point behind for the all-time lead in Norway scoring in the World Hockey Championship.
Korobov for Yusenko. Back for Korobov. Deflected in. Von Saxon plays this to the blue line, kept in. Volkov on the backhand, pitches it down in behind the net. And on with it is Norway. Von Saxon plays it for Forsberg. He tried to get it up for Roos. That failed to work. And they'll try it again. Von Saxon comes this near side this time, trying for Martinson. The land will come out, trying to catch Norway on a line change. The long lead pass, and Stasenko, who stayed way up the ice, the defenseman, puts this in behind the Norway net.
Well, it's a heads-up play by Lalande, recognizing the change by Norway.
Yavenko for Stasenko, comes off a stick. Around the boards, Roost is first on the puck. Roost for Norway, tried to get that to the front of the net. That ricochets off a skate. And Karam's down the ice, and they're going to call it icing.
Look at Norway, there's Mathis Olam, who's had a real good tournament. A very shifty, creative player. Definitely the playmaker for Norway, and his favorite target is Patrick Thoresen, the former National Hockey League player who leads Norway with 3 goals.
Slovakia and its fans will be cheering for Norway in this one. A point for Belarus, and they will advance to the quarterfinals, and they will eliminate Slovakia. Slovakia plays our second game today against Team USA. Slap shot from the line, glove save, comes off the glove of Haugen. And now play whistle down, that we have an injured player in front of the net. That is Kovershin, who is down. And we will step aside. Morten Ask has gone to the penalty box, 2 minutes for slashing, and Belarus has their power play go to work, and that's been an area of concern for them.
Well, only 1 for 20 in the tournament, just at 5%. And an opportunity here to get them out to an early lead.
Martin Roymark sends this down the ice. And Yusenko back for Belarus. His pass was in behind Stepanov, and that forces Belarus back, and Yusenko will curl back in behind Kevin Lalande and start the power play. Drop for Kaluzny. Kaluzny with the big tying goal late in the 3rd period in the game against Finland yesterday. They eventually lost in the shootout, but did come up with an all-important point, thus needing just 1 point out of this game today. Kostitsyn back for Kaluzny. Stepanov is in front of the net. Andrei Kostitsyn. Sergei Kostitsyn off that backside. Kaluzny now goes for Sergei Kostitsyn. Back for Kaluzny. Scores! Finds the short side. And Belarus, with its second power play goal of the championship, has the early lead.
Well, that's the 7th power play goal Norway's given up, and it's Alexei Kaluzny, the hero from yesterday, with a late tying goal. Gets them on a board. Nice passing. Him and Andrei Kostitsyn exchange, then over to Sergei. Right back to Kaluzny, and a great shot. The defenseman for Norway, Tollefsen, gets looking the wrong way, expecting the shot from Kostitsyn, and sends it back. And Tollefsen screening his goalie as Kaluzny gets his 5th of the tournament.
8 points now for him.
Well, this is his 11th World Hockey Championship for Belarus. He's played in 3 Olympics, the captain of this team, the captain of Minsk in the KHL, and scored some big goals for Belarus.
Sergei Kostitsyn, his 6th point of the World Championship. So Belarus with the power play goal. In front, 1-0. Stasenko. And this is deflected in by Demkov. Sorvik trying to send that ahead for Ken-Andre Olam. And Rosalie Olsen will cover up for Norway. For Von Saxon. Von Saxon looking for Olam. And taken away and cleared. Demkoff puts this inside the Norway zone. Sorvik trying to spin away from the checking of Volkov. Rosalie Olsen back through center ice. Bastiansen with the wrist shot, never got much on that. And controlled by Belarus. Long shot in by Volkov. That is gloved and held there briefly by Haugen. On for Dahlstrom. Back for Norstabo. And Norstabo on for Forsberg. Forsberg, the wrist shot went wide. Trigg plays this back down low. Dahlstrom trying to come up with it. And picked off by Droz. And this will bounce its way out to center ice, but right back in as Belarus tries to regroup. Taking it back there was Goroshko, and now it is back into the Norway zone. Norstabo, the nice outlet pass. On for Martinson, and Martinson drops that into a high spot looking for Forsberg. Now a shot from the line by Tollefson. Not sure Kevin Lalande picked that one up until it was almost at the net. Lead pass at center, that got picked off. Back into his own zone is Korobov. Ahead for Yefimenko. Yefimenko wraps up Holas. Play goes on, they tie each other up in the corner. Morton Ask along with Kulikov. Kulikov plays it behind the net. Taken there by Tollefson. His pass too far. And chasing that down is Thoresen. He leads Norway in goals with 3 in this tournament.
Well, right now Belarus not allowing anything for Norway. Norway yet to get a shot, and we're 10 minutes into this first period.
Well, if Belarus wanted to protect Kevin Lalande, if he's not 100% after missing the last game because of an injury, they've done a pretty good job.
Well, and then there's the other thought process. You want to keep him warm. He might get cold standing there so long.
Good point. Through center, sent in. Sorvik is on it. And sent out at center ice by Roost. On it is Steen. Barges his way in across the line, but the linesman is going to call that offside, and we will take a stoppage here. 1-0 in favor of Belarus on the power play goal.
And it's off the stick of Kaluzny. Gets the feed from Sergei Kostitsyn, and then the shot between the defenseman Tollefson's legs provides the perfect screen on his goalie Haugen, and Alexei Kaluzny puts Belarus up 1-0 on the power play.
Another assist for Andrei Kostitsyn on that goal as well, so he now has 8 points in the tournament. And he leads, tied with Kaluzny. Battle in the corner for a loose puck. Volkov and Rosalie Olsen waiting for it to come free. Bastiansen, Sienkiewicz. Lisovitz is down there as well, and finally it does come free. And taken by Rosalie Olsen. Tries to get it to the side of the net, and Kevin Lalande will go down and smother that on the short side.
Well, the defensive structure here of Belarus playing very tight in their own end as Mats Rosalie Olsen trying to get to the net, trying to get a shot on goal on Kevin Lalande, but Belarus under Dave Lewis done a good job with their commitment to defense. There was only the one game against Russia where they lost 7-0 that they had problems, but the defense first mentality has been what brought them success in the tournament.
Norway won the last meeting between these two teams, but over the years it is Belarus 3-1 against Norway. 6 points in the tournament for Norway. Couple of wins. Norstabo and Martinson combined, send this down low. Forsberg trying to work it out of the corner. Dahlstrom is there as well. Stas takes it for Belarus, plays it around the boards, and Trigg has to hustle back into the center ice area to get that puck. And now on for Norstabo. And back for Trigg. For Olam. Mathis Olam takes it wide. Olam centers up front, no one there. Tollefson at the line. Tollefson for Holas. Penalty coming up to Belarus. Olam dishes it off, and the cross-ice pass back for Tollefson. That is off a stick, and a hooking penalty coming to Belarus. Power play for Norway. Kevin Lalande yet to be tested in this game. The shot's 2-0 in favor of Belarus, and he may get some work now as Droz goes to the penalty box, and Norway goes to the power play. Norstabo for Holas, back for Norstabo, the slap shot. That got blocked. Yavenko plays this around the boards, and it will make its way out at center ice. Collision on the far side as a couple of Norway players both go down on the far side. That is Mathis Olam and young Norstabo, but both get up and are okay. Thoresen back to the line for Holas, back for Thoresen, and now back for Holas. The shot, that never got the Lalande either, and now he'll jump on the loose puck and hold it.
Well, he just hit the big defenseman Yavenko in front, and yes, did not make its way as Bull is trying to get the first shot of the game for Norway as they move the puck around, and Yavenko eventually finds the puck in his equipment and drops it down at 6'7", covers a lot of net. Let's look at Norstabo, the 19-year-old for Norway, has 2 goals, both on the power play for Norway. Big part of that comeback against Slovakia.
Well, Canada off and running in Prague in their game against Austria, 4-0 in the first period. Norstabo shot in the land, the save, the rebound, that got cleared. Holas, and play whistle down, and a penalty coming to Norway.
Patrick Thorsen's going to go, but he's complaining. He thought there should have been a call the other way. He had a chance in front off the first shot by Norway on Lalande. Couldn't get to the rebound in time, and Thorsen, who plays for St. Petersburg of the KHL, will head to the penalty box. The shot from the point, Thorsen almost kicks the rebound, but can't get a hold of it as it rolls over his stick.
For Canada, Tyson Barrie, Matt Duchesne, Taylor Hall, Aaron Ekblad. Now it is 4-0 Canada. So Patrick Thoresen to the penalty box, and we will have some 4-on-4 for 1 minute. And then barring any more calls, Belarus will go to the power play. Ken-Andre Olam. It's like a whole bunch of Norway fans have been imported into the building. Slap shot from the line. Lots of students at this game. And they do appear to be cheering for Norway.
Well, I think if you're from Czech Republic, you cheer for Slovakia here. They've kind of been their home building, and they'd like to see Slovakia have a chance against USA next game. But if Belarus wins, it still means something for USA, but Slovakia won't have a chance to make it to the quarterfinals.
Interesting how this day has unfolded. This game has some importance. The importance of game 2 for both teams will be dependent on the result of this game, and the importance of game 3 between Finland and Russia, that will be dependent on the results of game 2 between USA and Slovakia. So USA with 15 points, Russia and Finland with 14 points apiece. Belarus just needing a point out of this game, and Slovakia will be eliminated from the quarterfinals. Rosalie Olsen plays this behind the net, 4-on-4 about to end. Droz out of the penalty box, and now a 50-second power play for Belarus. Belarus up 1-0. The goal did come on a power play. Yusenko for Korobov, down for Stepanov. Stepanov back to the line. Sergei Kostitsyn for Kaluzny. Kaluzny gets some help there from Stepanov. It's cleared down the boards. At the line, Yusenko trying to hold that bouncing puck in, does. Stepanov for Kaluzny, down for Andrei Kostitsyn. Back for Kaluzny. Kaluzny looking for Sergei Kostitsyn, no lane. So he puts it to the side of the net for Andrei Kostitsyn, but then it's cleared by Norway. Long pass up the middle, that misses everyone, and this will go for icing against Belarus. Power play has expired.
Well, Dave Lowe's team off to the 1-0 lead, but they've done a good job in this first period, just limiting any opportunities for Norway. Look at some of the fans in the building here cheering for Norway. Patrick Thorson back out of the box.
Belarus 3-3, 11 points. Norstabo, 2 goals in the tournament for him. This is his World Championship debut, 19 years of age. Patrick Thorson trying to work that free, plays in the KHL for SKA. Did spend some time in the queue. Shot from the high slot by Steen, and that went off a stick and wide. Cleared out at center ice, and Roost plays this all the way back into his own zone. Haugen will leave it there for Holas. Brief stint with the Colorado Avalanche for Holas. Ahead for Morton Ask. Cross ice pass. In for Olam. Olam trying to find some open ice against the checking of cleared out at center ice. As Garashko knocks that back into the neutral zone. Trigg back in his own zone. Trigg's pass got blocked. Trigg stays with it. Gets it for Morton Ask. And on now for Roymark. Roymark gets to center no further. Tollefson has to cover up. For Mathis Olam trying to pull away from Droz. Roymark plays it for Trigg. His long shot stopped by Lalande. Morton Ask. Short side chance there for Dahlstrom. Didn't get much on that. Ask sends it down the boards. And back now for Ask. Fakes the shot. Back at the line. Slap shot by Sorvik, and that went wide. And now an injured player in front of the net. And a penalty coming to Belarus. Olam down for Bon Saxon. And it's knocked off of his stick by Stasenko. And an interference penalty coming to Big Yavenko.
Well, Oleg Yavenko in front. He covers so much room. Block shots. Moves the puck out, and there's a little push to Morton Ask, who goes down. And Oleg Yavenko gets the interference call, and Norway, their second power play of the game. So late here in this first period, Norway with an opportunity to tie it up.
5 for 25 on the power play is Norway. Belarus penalty kill coming into the game, 76%. And this is the second power play of the game for Norway. Chance in front, Lalande didn't see it. And Thoresen slipped that one wide. Holas. Back in front and unable to get that was Olam. And cleared down the ice. And Holas back for it. For Martinson. Martinson for Norstabo. Getting there first was Lisovitz. Takes a hard hit in the corner. Olam digs it free. Thoresen back to the line for Holas. And Lalande, the save on the short side, and hangs on to it.
Well, Holas with a couple shots on this power play. They want the puck in the hands of Olam. It just feeds it back to the point, and Holas able to step into it. But Kevin Lalande with a couple of big saves here. Short-handed for his hockey club. Kevin Lalande from Kingston, Ontario. The lowest goals against in the KHL this season, played for Moscow at 139 in 23 games.
Stas for the face-off. Sweden and Switzerland will be the two teams coming over from Prague for quarterfinal action here in Ostrava. So we'll get a look at Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who leads the tournament in scoring coming into today's action. A couple of Canadians trying to take care of business over in Prague with the 4-0 lead. Trigg across the line. Trigg for Ken-Andre Olam. Back for Sorvik. Sorvik sends it cross ice. Morton Ask. Back for Sorvik. Trigg. Sorvik. Slap shot wide. Big rebound. Ask takes it off the backboards. Back for Sorvik. Trigg's shot got blocked. Volkov has lost his stick. Makes the block anyway and now makes his way to the Belarus bench.
Well, good defensive play by Volkov. Stick broke early on the penalty kill, but able to get in the shot lane with a big block.
Holas for Thoresen. Winds his way into the Norway zone. Thoresen. 12 seconds left in the power play. Thoresen in the high slot. Couldn't control that. As the pass from Olam a little too much on it. Almost intercepted there by Kulikov. Power play is over, and we are into the final minute, period number 1. Koverson for Korobov. Back for Koverson. Kulikov plays this back at the line. And in behind the net, grabbed off by Roymark. Norway on the line change. Holas in behind Haugen. Very much a defensive opening period here, despite the fact each team has had 2 power plays. And Belarus did connect on one of the power plays. Wow, there was a hit way after the puck had gone. No call, though, as Von Saxon lost his helmet. Is he going to get a penalty? He is.
Von Saxon's going to get the penalty.
Yes. Is it going to be for playing without a helmet, or did he bark something at the official?
I'm not sure. The play happened right in front of the Norway bench.
Puck is long gone.
It should have been a penalty on Sergei Kostitsyn for interference.
Yes, playing without a helmet as he makes the pass at Sienkiewicz.
Well, a late power play for Belarus with 9 seconds left. Well, Norway's bench a little confused, but he did play the puck without his helmet, so that is a penalty, and Belarus will try for a late opportunity.
Puck not dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again. USA and Slovakia. And now they have to come over and check the clock. Make sure that no time has gone off.
Now they're going to have to reset it here. They haven't got it right. Well,
we're ready to go. So an all-important face-off in the Norwegian zone to the right of Haugen. Tied up in the face-off circle, came back at the line. Kostitsyn with one last try, and then a good play there by Forsberg to dive and sweep this down the ice, and the first period ends.
Well, late shot by Kostitsyn. Only 3 shots in net from Belarus, but one of them counts as they have the 1-0 lead in a power play to start the second.
One period done, Norway and Belarus, in a game that Belarus needs a point in to advance.
It takes less than 15 seconds for Adams to explain Blue's Easy Launch system. It's a system that launches your ball easily for more air as it flies. But we've got 30 seconds, so here's some air. Wherever you play, get more air with Blue. Adams. Shoot straight.
Welcome back to Ches Arena as Kevin Lalande is back in net for Belarus. There's their captain. Big goal late in the game yesterday against Finland. And Belarus will start the period on the power play.
Well, it's Kaluzny who has the goal in this game for Belarus, up 1-0. Not many shots as Norway outshot Belarus 5-3, but the ones that count, only 3 shots, and one of them gets by Haugen as Belarus scored on the power play, and they open the second with the man advantage.
Talk about Belarus needing at least a point in this game. Austria was looking for at least a point in the Canada game to assure that they would not be a relegated team. And Canada has a 5-0 lead now on Austria in that game. This is cleared down the ice. Lalande will leave it in behind his own net, and the power play will get going for Belarus. Yusenko feeds it for Stepanov, drops for Kostitsyn, back for Yusenko, Sergei Kostitsyn, for Kaluzny, for Stepanov, trying to get it to Andrei Kostitsyn, elects to come back to the blue line. Yusenko finds Andrei Kostitsyn. 1 minute now left in the man advantage. He'll leave for Kaluzny. Back for Andrei Kostitsyn, back for Kaluzny. Sergei Kostitsyn started to sift to the net. Slap shot from the point by Yusenko wide. Sergei Kostitsyn has the rebound. For Yusenko and back for Sergei Kostitsyn. He gets some pressure there from Roost. Shot to the short side, and that goes off the side of the net by Andrei Kostitsyn. Roost on this sends it up the glass. It climbs the glass and makes its way into the stands.
Well, Roost just trying to get this out as Kaluzny looking to find his second of the game. Andrei Kostitsyn had a shot the short side. It fooled a few people there hitting the side of the net as Tollefsen, the captain of Norway, former National Hockey League player, played parts of 4 years with Columbus, also 2 years with the Wheat Kings of the Western Hockey League, who are in the WHL final.
And down 3-0 to Kelowna. Korobov, Sienkiewicz, back for Korobov and back to Sienkiewicz. With the time change, some of those people in Kelowna might just be making their way home. Back at the line for Stas. Cross ice, one-time blast from Korobov, steered away. Power play is over. Sienkiewicz the shot. And Gavris had the duck in front of the net as that went sailing by. Gavris for Stas. Stas watched by Sorvik and then drilled into the backboards there on a good hit by Von Saxon.
Well, he just stepped out of the penalty box, back into the defensive zone with a hit.
Dropped off for Sienkiewicz. Volkov for Gavris. Gavris trying to get it to the front of the net, does. Down and hanging on to that short side is Lars Haugen. And we'll get a stoppage in play.
Well, Artur Gavris just trying to get this to the net. He may have had bad dreams last night. He was robbed by Pekka Rinne with a brilliant glove save by Rinne in that game against Finland. Gavris has a couple goals in the tournament, 5 points for Belarus.
Volkov out for Belarus to take the face-off and chases this down. Morten Ask keeps an eye on him. Lisovitz floats that to the front of the net. That goes off a leg to the corner. Norway trying to gain control. Norway cannot change positioning as far as the standings are concerned. Belarus needs a point out of this game. Here comes Olam with the wrist shot. And Lalande, or rather Thoresen, and Lalande makes the save and hangs on.
Well, a nice little cutback move by Patrick Thoresen as he gets the shot away, coming down on the defenseman. Goroshko just cuts back, gets a quick shot to the net, but it's right into the crest of Lalande as he makes the easy save and hangs on. Thorson had 37 points, 17 goals with St. Petersburg as they went on for the Gagarin Cup, winning the championship in the KHL.
Interesting scenario over in the other pool. Austria losing 5-0 to Canada. If that game stays that way, Austria will have 5 points, Latvia 4, and France 3. And France and Latvia play in the second game over in Prague. Shot save made by Lalande and hangs on. If Latvia loses to France in overtime, France would have 5 points, Latvia would have 5 points, and Austria would have 5 points. And Austria, I don't believe, has the tiebreaker.
Well, Tollefson with a shot on net on Lalande. Look at the Denmark coach here hoping to generate some offense for his club here in the second period, being down a goal.
Next year's championship will be in Russia, Moscow, and St. Petersburg. Slovenia will not be at that one, as they did pick up a win last night, but they will be a relegation team, and then it will be either Austria, Latvia, or France that will get relegated from the other side. Kazakhstan and Hungary will be part of next year's World Championship. Steen trying to get this down for Martinson. Big Martinson stays on it. And Roymark had this go off his stick. Taken out at center ice and cleared back in. Delayed offside, but Martinson clears the zone. Kaluzny in for Sergei Kostitsyn, off a skate of Sorvik, and that just slithered by the far side. Sienkiewicz to the short side, save made. Sienkiewicz with a goal and 3 points in the tournament. Tried to find some room short side on Haugen.
Well, Lars Haugen, probably familiar with a lot of these players on Belarus as he plays in the KHL for Dynamo Minsk. And the first shot just direct off the skate of Sorvik. That goes wide of the net. Sorvik took a hard hit in their last game against Slovenia. Sabolic got a 1-game suspension.
Belarus, this is their second early game, the 12:15 start time here in Ostrava. Their only other one didn't go so well. They lost 7-0 to Russia. Volkov gets a jolt there, and Thorson sends this ahead for Olim. Olim and Demkov battle for it in behind the Belarus net. Comes near side, and some room now for Lisovitz. The long pass for Katarov, and too much on that one, and this will be an icing call against Belarus.
Well, Mathis Olim trying to generate something. Hasn't got a goal, 6 assists in this tournament, but he is the go-to guy for Roy Johansson and his team. Offensively, he's the quarterback of the power play that makes things happen.
Volkov to face off along with Bastiansen. Bastiansen coming into the game number 3 in face-offs in this championship at over 65%. Matt Duchesne coming into today's action number 1 at 71%. Michael Raffle at 69%. And then Bastiansen at 65.7%.
No, and for Belarus, Yevgeny Kovershin came in 5th place in face-off percentage. And he actually was the best after the first 20 minutes of play, winning 4 of 5 draws.
Slovakia and USA, our next game here in Ostrava. Connor Hellebuyck will get the start for USA. 4-0 for Hellebuyck. Goals against average of under 1. It's been a good tournament for Hellebuyck. Offside called at the line.
Real good tournament for Hellebuyck, considering just coming out of his first year of pro, but that seems to be the theme for USA this year. They are a young team, but a lot of young, exciting players.
The night game has Finland against Russia. That, of course, is a repeat of last year's championship game in Minsk. that Russia won. Von Saxon plays it around for Ken-Andre Olin, and now for Sorvik. Sorvik spins it up the boards, couldn't get it out. Sorvik gives chase in the corner, controlled by Stepanov. He'll leave it for Kulikov. Kulikov trying to lose Sorvik in the corner. Kovershin down there to help out. He got knocked down on the play. And Sorvik stays with it and comes up with it. Ahead for Martinson. He got bumped and couldn't clear. Stepanov tried to go to the backhand, does. And that goes off the side of the net. There's Norway some problems in its own end.
Well, it all started with a big hit by Stestenko, and now Stestenko takes a high stick from Von Saxon, and he is down.
Penalty coming up as Belarus will get another power play leading 1-0. A double minor for Alexander Von Saxon.
Well, the follow through on a shot cut Stestenko up high, and Stestenko went down, a little bit of blood, so Norway now shorthanded for a full 4 minutes and a chance for Belarus to extend their lead.
Only goal of this game, a power play marker by Kaluzny from the two Kostitsins. A face-off win and cleared all the way down the ice by Norway. Yusenko back in behind his own net. Belarus up 1-0 and a chance here with the double minor to really take control of this game. A game that they need a point out of to claim a spot in the quarterfinals. If they don't get a point in this game, they will have to wait and see what happens between Slovakia and Team USA. Slovakia trails by 3 points and does have the tiebreaker against Belarus. Kaluzny plays it behind the net. Tolofsson is on the loose puck. Tolofsson gets this out at center ice, and Kostitsyn takes it and plays it cross ice. Sergei Kostitsyn to the line and in. Andrei Kostitsyn controls on the far side. Into the back half of the first minor. Stepanov in front had his stick lifted, and the puck cleared down the ice by Holas.
Not much urgency to Belarus's game here for a team that's trying to get a point.
Yusenko for Gavris, on for Stas. Stas in the corner, tied up by Trigg. Yefimenko was alone in front. Shot from the line now does come through. Yefimenko for Stas. Stas plays it far side. Controlled by Gavris. Gavris cross ice away from Yefimenko. With the suspension to Andrei Kostitsyn, Gavris played with Kaluzny and Sergei Kostitsyn in yesterday's game. Cross ice pass. This is deflected away into the second minor penalty. Korobov for Kaluzny. Kaluzny circles. Stepanov, Korobov, and back for Stepanov. Rink wide. Kaluzny takes it off the sideboards. Andrei Kostitsyn back for Kaluzny, away from him. Steen forces. Chipped over for Sergei Kostitsyn. Shot to score! Korobov finds the top corner. And a power play goal, the second of the game for Belarus. And it's 2-0.
Well, the second power play, second penalty here. Belarus able to work it around a little bit better, and Korobov gets his first goal of the tournament, and a big one is Belarus extends their lead, just playing catch on the sidewall. Then it's chipped to Sergei Kostitsyn. He makes a nice little move and a backhand feed to Korobov, and he beats Haugen, who may have caught off his angle a little bit too far to the right, and Korobov finds room to the glove side for the 2-0 lead.
Steen almost got that out. So Korobov gets his first of the World Championship.
Sergei Kostitsyn will pick up his second assist of the game.
Two nothing Belarus. Back in for Norway as they go to the attack. Cross-ice pass, and that looked like it may have caught Morton Ask up high, but he seems to be all right. Back in behind the Belarus net. On it is Patrick Thoresen. Being watched by Demkov. Demkov comes up with it. Demkov then gets his feet taken out from under him by Olam. Stasenko. Okay, after drawing that double minor. Back on the ice for Belarus. And Holas plays it for Patrick Thoresen. To the line, no further. As Evgeny steps in there, and that is offside called as Yavenko breaks that up at the line.
Oh, but Saxon, no stranger to the penalty box. He's 6 penalties in this tournament. He took the double minor for the high stick on Stasenko, and that led to the goal by Korobov. As Dmitry Korobov has Belarus with a little bit of insurance, up 2-0 here in a game in which they need a point.
Droz sends it in. Trigg goes after it. Into the back half now of period number 2. Pile up in the corner as Tolofsson gets all wrapped up there with Gabris. Trigg plays it behind the net. Play whistle down, and we have a holding penalty coming on the play. And Belarus will go back to the power play again. This will be Belarus's 6th power play of the hockey game.
Well, Norway just not helping themselves in a game in which I guess doesn't mean much, but you think they'd want to get back into it, and they take another penalty as Tolofsson this time. And I think the expression of the coach, Roy Hansen, pretty much says it all. And penalty trouble is what has Norway down 2 in this hockey game.
Shots 8-7 here at the midway mark of the game. You mentioned this earlier, for a team that needs a point out of this game. And yes, they have the 2-0 lead, but not a lot of desperation from this Belarus team. Has to be a bit frustrating for Dave Lewis and the coaching staff, but they do have the 2-0 lead. And if it stays this way, they will live to play another day in the quarterfinals. They will go across and get to play Canada.
It's a power play practice.
Kaluzny back for Kostitsyn. Yusenko at the line, had it get away from him. 6th power play of the game here for Belarus. Andrei Kostitsyn has it for Belarus. Down for Kaluzny, looking for Sergei Kostitsyn. Sorvik got a piece of it in the cross-ice pass, and that got slammed wide.
Great pass by Sergei Kostitsyn to his brother Andrei.
Here's another one. Andrei Kostitsyn in with the shot to the short side. That got blocked. Sergei Kostitsyn on it one more time. Down for Andrei Kostitsyn. Back at the blue line. Yusenko, Kostitsyn, Yusenko, Kaluzny stepping off and away from him, but kept in by Sergei Kostitsyn. Yusenko for Stepanov, for Kaluzny, for Andrei Kostitsyn, scores! In tight, Andrei Kostitsyn finds the top part of the net. And another power play goal, and Belarus in complete control, and Slovakia and its fans not happy with what's happening here as Belarus with the 3-0 lead.
Well, what a goal by Kostitsin. He pulls it from the backhand below the goal line to the forehand, and this is some quick hands here by Andrei Kostitsin, and a perfectly placed shot. The top corner goes under the right arm of Haugen into the top corner, and Kostitsin, who missed last game because of suspension, has his second goal of the tournament and gives his team a 3-0 lead, as it's been all power play goals for Belarus.
Jordan Eberle has scored for Canada. It is 6-0 as Canada is well on its way to a perfect 7-0 mark in the preliminary round. And Belarus with a 3-0 lead, 3-point game for Captain Kaluzny. A goal and an assist, each of the Kostitsins a couple, and a goal by Patrick Thoresen has Norway on the board.
Well, good response by Norway after another power play goal given up. Patrick Thoresen, who leads them offensively off a great feed from Mathis Olam. Olam does a good job just hanging on to this puck. He sells everyone into going the one way, comes back out the same way he went in, and gives Thoresen an open net on a beautiful goal here. As Lalande and all the defenders went to the other side of the net, everyone but Patrick Thoresen, as he scores a beauty here, as it's 3-1 now, Norway on the board.
Well, Thoresen has 4 now in the World Championship. And he came into the game leading Norway in shots on goal. And adds another one there and has Norway on the board here in the second period. So what looked like a comfortable Belarus lead is now down to a 2-goal lead. Rosalie Olsen to the front of the net. Lalande is down. They bang at it as Rush tried to jam that in. Controlled in behind the net. Bastianson looking for some open ice. At the line for Tollefson, back for Bastianson. Now for Ken-Andre Olam. Back for Bastianson. Tried to get that out front for Rosalie Olsen. It got blocked. And Belarus will clear back out into the Norway zone. Sorvik is back for it for Norway. In across for Forsberg. Tried to drop it for Rosalie Olsen. Belarus intercepted there. Koverson clears it up the board. Sorvik jumped in from the line. Held it in briefly. And Forsberg at center. Sends it cross ice for Bon Saxon. And he'll send this into the Belarus zone. Collision and going hard into the boards was Dahlstrom, and he's slow to get up. Chance now for Droz, for Stas, for Droz, for Sienkiewicz, and he whistled that one wide. As Dahlstrom, injured, makes his way to the Norway bench.
Forsberg ran into the linesman, or it might have been an odd man rush for Norway.
Taking it center, Sienkiewicz, who had the great scoring chance. Polas goes cross ice. Droz steps into his man, and it's cleared in behind the Belarus net. Sienkiewicz for Kostitsin. Andrei Kostitsin for Sergei Kostitsin off his stick. And cleared back out at center ice. Yusenko breaks that one up. Back in for Sergei, in for Andrei Kostitsin. To the corner boards. Back to the line, Yusenko. For Korobov. Korobov's pass is deflected away and carried back in by Roost. And Holas offside on the near side. And we will take a break. It is 3-1 Belarus here in the second. Norway started this tournament with a 6-2 loss to Russia, then a 2-1 loss to the United States, 5-0 loss to Finland, and then they beat Slovakia 3-2, beat Slovenia 3-1, and then lost to Denmark 4-1. So Norway sitting at 2-4 and down 3-1 here to Belarus. Belarus needing a point out of this game to advance to the quarterfinals. Norway back in on the attack. Morton Ask had this get away from him. Kaluzny had it lost in his skates for a second. And Yusenko takes it and clears it back down the ice. Jammed loose, Morton Ask. On the loose puck, he got bumped, plays it for Trigg. Trigg banks it off the backboards, and Tolofsson, the long lead pass. And this is going to be called offside, as they say Mathis Olam was inside the Belarus line when he took that pass.
Well, Mathis Olam an assist tonight, and with that point, he is now tied for first for Norway all-time scoring in the World Hockey Championship. He ties Morton Ask, came into the tournament 4 points behind, but 7 points in this tournament has him with 6 goals and 38 assists in 54 games and 44 points.
Backhand shot, that got stopped. Taken by Sorvik. And puts it in behind his own net. Waiting for it, Ken-Andre Olam, but it goes back for Bastianson. Now for Ken-Andre Olam. Takes this wide around Yuvenko. And Yuvenko takes him down. And Yuvenko sends it ahead looking for Kulikov. Bounced away from him. 4 minutes now left to go, second period. 3-1 in favor of Belarus. Stepanov finds a little bit of room, drops it back for Kovershin. It was Kovershin yesterday that ended Pekka Rinne and Finland's shutout streaks. Lead pass stopped at the line. As holding the line was Lisovitz. Now it is sent ahead for Bastianson. Bastianson tried to get it to the front of the net. That pass got blocked, and Belarus content to just clear. So Kaluzny in the opening period made it 1-0. Couple more power play goals here in the second for Belarus. A 3-1 lead before Patrick Thoresen gets Norway on the board. All 3 Belarus goals have come with the man advantage. Rosalie Olsen puts this one in. Trying to stay with them there was Goroshko. Collision on the far side and the puck out at center. Spinning and firing it, lead pass. Chased on the far side, Lisovitz takes his man down. And a reaction from the crowd. Thoresen for Christian Olsson, and now a crease violation. And that'll bring the face-off outside the line.
Well, Patrick Thoresen has 3 shots for Norway, giving most of the offense. Had an opportunity early on the power play in this game. Nice little plays. He cuts back on the Belarus defenseman, and then the nice goal off a great feed from Olam as he puts Norway on the board with his 4th of the tournament.
8 shots in this game for Norway. Patrick Thoresen has 3. And on the tournament now has 20 shots on goal and leads Norway in that category. Korobov deflected in. Haugen plays it for Sorvik. Sorvik sends it on for Martinson. All the way to the far side, but kept in at the blue line by Yusenko. Centering pass for Droz, just beyond his reach. Korobov at the line, sails this one wide. Rosalie Olsen puts it off the boards to the line, but kept in by Stas. And then he'll head to the bench as Belarus starts a line change. Gavras, watched by Forsberg, and Forsberg pulls away. Puts it off the boards for Rosalie Olsen. Rosalie Olsen shot to the short side, didn't get through. Had Martinson open on the near side. And now cleared by Stasenko down the ice. And this will be an icing call against Belarus.
Well, a nice chip play by Norway. Rosalie Olsen with the speed, but can't get the shot through to the net. Dave Lewis content here with his team having a 2-goal lead. In a good situation going into the third, although Norway was down 2 goals to Slovakia and found a way to come back and win that one 3-2.
Tollefson, his cross-ice pass, not enough on it, and that allowed Andrei Kostitsyn to break it up. Kostitsyn for Kaluzny, looking for Sergei Kostitsyn, and Haugen got a piece of that. May have gone off the post. Shot from the line by Yavinko, steered away, or did it hit Kostitsyn, who is slowly making his way to the Belarus bench? Sergei Kostitsyn shaken up on that last play. Final minute of period number 2. A Belarus point in this game, and Slovakia will have no chance of advancing to the quarterfinals. Slovakia plays our next game here against Team USA. Connor Hellebuyck, Brock Nelson, some of the youngsters, Jack Eichel, Dylan Larkin, all having very good tournaments. Steve Moses back in the USA lineup after missing the last 3 with a lower body injury. Thorson plays it cross ice, bounces to the corner as Morton Ask couldn't get it. Oh, just beyond the reach of Trigg, or else he had some room on the near side. Ask gets taken down in the corner. Thorson is on the loose puck. Thorson for Ask. Ask tried to play it to the back post, and Norstabo was not sure whether to go all the way in or not, and the second period comes to an end. And Patrick Thorson not happy after he got taken down in the corner. Triple header Tuesday here at Ches Arena in Ostrava as Belarus and Norway in game 1. And Belarus with a 3-1 lead as we get set for period 3.
Well, it's all been power plays here. Norway got in some penalty trouble. 3 power play goals by Belarus had them up 3-0, but a quick response by Norway put them back in this game.
With the power plays in the second period, Ivan Yusenko had just under 8 minutes of ice time for Belarus. And because of all the penalty killing, Holas and Tollefson are both over 15 minutes of ice time for Norway in this game. Carried in by Roymart. He'll go after it in the corner. Canada is up on France 8-1. The 3 points here by Kaluzny, that moves him into a second place tie in the scoring lead with Yevgeny Dodonov, each with 10. Eberle has a couple for Canada. Spezza has a couple, so they move into that 10-point club as well, as the preliminary round does come to an end tonight. Thorson has the Norway goal. He got stopped at center. Norstabo plays it to the Belarus line. Haugen for Trigg and on for Thorson. Thorson curls his way to the line, dishes it off, and a cross-ice pass by Morton Ask goes off a skate and carobs all the way down the ice, and then Morton Ask got taken down by Jan Stas. Ask got up and gave Stas a little bit of a whack with the stick.
Well, Norway's got to start putting pucks in the net. Only 8 shots through 40 minutes of play. So it's been a pretty slow night for Kevin Lalande coming back after injury.
Cross-ice pass to open ice. Sorvik there for Norway. His pass goes off a stick, gobbled up. Some room for Katarov. The shot save made. And Haugen will hang on.
Well, turnovers, that's what's hurting Norway right now, trying to force plays, force passes through sticks. And this one's picked off by Big Katarov of Belarus as he comes in for a shot. And Dave Lewis has to be happy with the defensive structure of his team anyways. They've kept it pretty safe for their goaltender, Kevin Lalande.
Belarus, of course, the host country last year. The tournament in Minsk. And probably the last time for a while that both groups will be in the same city. 2 beautiful arenas in Minsk. There's a penalty coming up to Belarus as Tollefson got taken down.
Well, Andrei Kostitsyn heads right to the box, so there's no complaint from him. So he got tripped up in neutral zone. Tolleson carrying the puck up. Kostitsyn goes for the hit, gets the stick between the legs, and you can see why no argument from Kostitsyn as he heads right to the penalty box. And a power play here for Norway can hopefully cut into that lead.
You're Dave Lewis. You just have to shake your head sometimes.
Well, you can understand Norway. They really nothing to play for, but Belarus.
You're up 3-1 in a game that you have to get a point out of, or you're going to leave your fate up to Slovakia and USA. And you have a total of 13 shots on goal. You've had 6 power plays, and what's supposed to be one of your top players takes an undisciplined penalty. Haugen leaves for Holas, and he'll leave for Patrick Thoresen. Thoresen, third power play of the game for Norway. In for Mathis Olum. Kept in at the right point. Holas back for Thoresen. Norstabo at the line for Holas. Sends it down low for Olum. Mathis Olum. Martinson is in front, and it gets away from him and cleared down the ice by Korobov. Holas will leave it for Olum. Another assist in this game for Olum on the Thoresen goal. Sorvik cross ice in front. Bastianson the shot, and that got blocked by Yavenko.
All 6'7" of Yavenko going down, covers a lot of that ice and a big block.
Lead pass, here comes Bastianson. Leaves for Sorvik. Sorvik into the corner along with Korobov, and it's cleared out for Katarov. Katarov cuts to the left. Katarov the shot. Save made by Haugen, and with Katarov letting that shot go, Haugen will hang on to it.
Alexander Katarov, just a nice little move as he cuts back on Trigg. They will get the shot through. Haugen stays with it, and no chances for him. He's going to cover it up. A good play by Katarov in Belarus here. Short-handed as they force the face-off deep in Norway's zone.
20 seconds now left in the power play for Norway. Slovenia and Denmark done. Their last game was last night. Slovenia picking up the win. So those teams will go home, one with 4 points, that being Denmark. And the other 3 with the 1 win, that being Slovenia. And Matjaž Kopitar announcing after the game last night that he is done as coach of the Slovenian national team. Mathis Olum, as the power play is over, Belarus up by 2. He throws it to the front of the net, and Kevin Lalande will smother that.
Well, after the power play is over, just a shot from the far wall as power play of Norway not able to generate much. Mentioned Mathis Olum, he picks up an assist in this game. That gives them 7 in the tournament and puts them in a tie for all time for Norway players in this tournament.
Speaking of scoring, Matt Duchene 3 points, so he's in that 10-point group, as well as Canada all over Austria over in Prague. 9-1 is the score in that game. Here it is a 3-1 game for Belarus. Roost for Roymark. Roymark back for Roost in front of the net, save. They bang away at it. Lalande is down. Forsberg trying to jam that home, and Lalande will hang on to it.
Well, a great chance for Roost in front. It's a great feed here from Roymark from behind the net. A little behind the back pass. Roost is all alone, and Lalande comes up with a big save and then covers it up as Forsberg gets wrapped up by Sergei Kostitsyn from behind. So he goes for that puck. Everybody piles in.
(15-16) and counting for Norway to try to get back in this game. Delayed offside. Belarus will clear the zone. Norstabo floats this in. Martinson is after it. Martinson back at the line. Norsterbo the shot and a glove save, and Lalande hangs on to that. And making his first appearance of the day is Matthias Trentens, as he has not seen any ice time coming into the third period.
Well, Norsterbo, the long shot. He'll play with the youngster on the blue line, maybe looking for some offense from Trentens. Norsterbo had those 2 goals against Slovakia in that win.
We haven't seen Robin Dahlstrom return since he went into the backboards hard. So Trentens replacing him for now. Shot from the line by Norsterbo, scores! Norsterbo, the shot from the line, it got tipped. And it is a 1-goal game.
Well, it gets interesting now, and this is Belarus not, going for it here in this game. Norsterbo just talked about his goals against Slovakia in that win. I'm not sure if Thorson gets a stick on it. He's parked in front, and just a wrist shot through to the net by the 19-year-old Norsterbo, and traffic in front, and it finds its way through everyone, and it looks untouched as it goes off the crossbar and down, and Norway within 1.
So his third of the tournament. And Slovakia, 55 kilometers away. You can hear the cheering from here. Slovakia needs a clean win by Norway. Belarus just needs a point out of this game. So the Thorson and Olam on the assist. So another assist for Mathis Olam. And another point for Patrick Thorson.
Well, Slovakia team will be in the building getting ready for their game against USA, and I'm sure as they're getting ready, they will be watching this.
Now, how would that affect their game preparation, knowing that the game could mean a whole lot or could mean nothing? And you don't get a whole lot of time to know exactly which way it's going.
Well, you have to prepare to win regardless, and for them, they're going to have a building full of people cheering them on.
You play to win the game will be their philosophy, regardless of what it is. At the line, Holas lets the shot go. That went wide. Norsterbo for Thorson. Holas at the line. Katarov trying to block it. Thorson for Bastianson. Bastianson in the corner. Back for Ken-Andre Olam. Working it with his skates, trying to get away from Big Yavenko. Volkov down low. Bastianson is there. And comes up for Demkov. Demkov for Belarus. Gets to the red line, chips it deep, heads to the bench. Katarov after it. Around to the open side, Yusenko's on it. For Korobov, and his shot got stopped. Korobov with a goal in this game. As they get the wave going here at Chesarina. Holas. Norsterbo with the goal that has pulled Norway to within 1. Thorson had the first goal for Norway. And Morten Ask in behind the net, tried to jam it up the wall, gave it away to Stepanov. Thorson's going to try it. For Mathis Olam with that speed. Olam takes it wide. Olam puts on the brakes against the checking of Kaluzny. In front for Thorson. And that got jammed away. Shot from the line by Tollefson. And Lalande stopped that, and Kulikov will clear.
Well, good pressure from Norway here as they have got Belarus on their heels.
Turned over at the line, and Rosalie Olsen back for Norway. Sends it in, gets interfered with as he tries to go in on the forecheck. Wow. Martinson sends this back to the line. Trigg the shot. Rebound! And it's batted away from the front of the net.
Wow, a big save by Lalande off the rebound. I believe Martinson had the chance.
7 straight shots now in this game for Norway. And now all sorts of action in front of the Belarus net. We'll step aside. Dave Lewis, the longtime NHL defenseman, now coach of Belarus.
Well, he's watching his team right now getting caught. They had a 3-0 lead, now 3-2, and it has been all Norway as they continue to put shots on Lalande, who's had to come up with a couple of big saves to keep the lead for Belarus.
Stasenko plays it up the boards. Trying to clear it out is Groves. Stoss is down and hurt. Shot from the line by Von Saxon. And Stoss makes his way off the ice in some discomfort.
Well, now they're going to talk about where the faceoff should be. They should be inside. Stoss is the one who goes down. Not sure. Just a little bump with Ask out at the blue line. Or maybe a cross-check by Morton Ask, and down goes Andre Stoss. The game has gotten a little more physical here after the whistles. Some pushing and shoving. Well, Andre Stoss seems to be okay. Shake it off as Dave Lewis tries to calm down his bench.
10-1 Canada, 2 goals, 2 assists for Matt Duchene, so he now shares the scoring lead in the tournament with Evgeny Dodonov, or rather with Ekman Larsson, the Swedish defenseman. Around the boards, Demkov chases this down for Belarus. Demkov takes a bump in the corner. Koverson trying to hold it in. He gets bumped. Backhand try, save made, scramble, and the puck is grabbed and held by Lars Haugen.
Well, the tempo of this game is picked up now in the third as Belarus recognizing that Norway isn't going to go away, and Katarov with a good chance in front as he's falling. He sweeps the backhand towards Haugen, who makes the save and covers it quickly. Seen a lot of Thorson, Mathis, Hollis, Norstabo. Here is going to see them double shifted with Norway down a goal, and just a little over 10 minutes left in this third period.
Andre Kostitsyn couldn't fire it, and he got knocked down by Roymart. Trigg up for Tolofsson and on for Roos. Korobov got a piece of him and slowed him up. Kept in at the line, though, by Roymart. Roos is on it, and then Roos got knocked down. And play whistled down as the puck goes off a stick and out of play.
Well, Roos just couldn't get a handle on it. There's a couple of turnovers. Kostitsyn has a couple points, a goal and an assist. Sergei Kostitsyn has 2 points. Beluzny has 3, and Mathis Olam with a couple of assists on both of Norway's goals.
Canada in the double digits.
That's the second time Canada's hit the 10-goal mark. They beat Germany 10-0 earlier in the tournament.
Stepanov sends it in. Got knocked down at center. Trigg back for it for Norway. Trigg for Tolofsson. His pass got blocked. Kulikov trying to get it back deep. Gets a little bit of help from Volkov. And now taken by Bastiansen. And he'll play it for Tolofsson in behind his own net. Koverson in on the forecheck. Bastiansen deflects it in. Lalande comes out, plays it, but Tolofsson jumps on for the loose puck. Rosalie Olsen in the corner. Rosalie Olsen trying to work it free. Bastiansen is there. Comes to the line, kept in by Von Saxon. And now sent out by Kulikov. Right back in, though, for Ken-Andre Olam for Bastianson, and his shot off of Stasinko's stick and over top the net. Easy for me to say. The stick of Stasinko back into the Norway zone. Sorvik being watched on the play. Sorvik throws this up the ice. A little bit of room now for Trettins. Trettins the wrist shot. That got blocked. On it is Forsberg. His shot to the short side wide. Kept in at the right point by Holas. And now cleared out at center.
Well, Belarus here, they know they have a goal lead. They just need to try and hang on, and that's what they're trying to do at this point in the game.
They need a point out of this game, so I guess technically a 2-point or a 2-goal lead as icing is called against Norway.
Yeah, as long as they get through regulation with a win or a tie, they're fine. And probably the best chance the tie came off the stick of Martinson as Lalande made a big save on him. Well, the fans are having fun.
Slovakia, USA, our next game, and the day ends here. And the preliminary round ends here tonight with Finland against Russia. We'll have all 3 games for you here on TSN. Snapped up the middle and deflected in. Andrei Kostitsyn leaves for Sergei Kostitsyn, back for Kaluzny. He'll play it in behind the net. Mathis Olam after it on the far side. Olam tied up. Thorson down there to help him out. Olam turns it over. Kostitsyn centers it back to the line. Holding it in was Korobov. In for Kaluzny. Kaluzny a 3-point game for Sergei Kostitsyn. 2-point game for him. And taken by Olam. Mathis Olam skates his way out for Thorson. Thorson to the net. And save made. And now more action in front of the net as again Andrei Kostitsyn is involved. It's all 3 of its goals on the power play.
Well, Norway's pushing here for the tie, but a tie won't help Slovakia. They need Norway to win in regulation.
Matt Duchesne, Jason Spezza, each 4 points in Canada's game against Austria. 10-1 is the final there. So Spezza and Duchesne move into a tie with Oliver Ekman-Larsson for the scoring lead in the World Championship. And Sweden is done. So it'll be Evgeny Dodonov who will have the opportunity tonight. See what he can do. Now a penalty coming to Belarus. Rosalie Olsen in behind, being watched by Sienkiewicz. 6 attackers for Norway. Tollefson plays this behind the net. Bastianson, far side for Olam, back for Bastianson. Into the corner. Thorson back to Bastianson. Shot block came right back to him. And now finally touched on the play by Katarov. And Norway will get its 4th power play of the game.
Well, Belarus getting in trouble here as I believe it's going to be a penalty to Volkov as he trips up Bastianson as he's trying to come in for the shot. And Norway with a great opportunity here. They've been having the pressure. It's been touch and go. Belarus got away with a couple earlier here in the 3rd period, but this one's called, and Dave Lewis's team here mentioned it has been in hang-in mode here for a little while in the 3rd.
Face-off win. Norway to the attack. Mathis Olam looking for some open ice. Stoss keeps an eye on him. Back to Norstabo. Back for Olam and back for Norstabo. The shot blocked in front of the net. Big rebound. Good job by Mathis to outbattle Stoss for that loose puck. Mathis to the line. Norstabo tees it up. Save made. Lalande rebound. And Thorson shovel it across for Olam. Thorson was in a pretty good spot there. Thorson now to the front of the net. Holas after it near side. Holas. 1:10 in the power play. Came into the paint. And Lalande will dive out and smother it.
Well, Yavenko's laying his stick, leaning down on top of Olam. And they're going to take Martinson. Well, I'm not going to try and understand the officiating at this point. But some good chances here for Norway. And they are upset as Mathis Olam, Oleg Yavenko, 6'7", 230 pounds on Olam, who's 5'10", 180. But it's going to be Martinson heading to the penalty box, and that'll end the power play for Norway.
Here's the chance in front.
Martinson trying to go as Olam falls in front. Watch 25. Yavenko. Martinson grabs him. He's trying to get him off Olam. As Yavenko just leaning down.
That's 230 pounds of weight coming down on top of little Mathis Olam. But we've got 4-on-4. Trigg and Kulikov after it. Taken by Ken-Andre Olam. For Tollefson. Tollefson's pass into the skates and right back for Kulikov. Kulikov takes it wide. Good hustle to get back by Ken-Andre Olam. He's trying to get around Korobov. Stays with the puck. And now he does turn it over. Katarov. Twisting and turning in the corner. Katarov had Sienkiewicz alone in front. And the pass just beyond his reach. Sienkiewicz takes his man down, and now Rosalie Olsen barking at the referee. And a cross-ice pass off a stick and over top the Norway bench and out of play.
Well, Norway right now very frustrated with the officials. The bench on every little thing now, they are upset. I'm sure the coach not happy either as he shakes his head. Rosalie Olsen was taken down by Sienkiewicz at the far wall. It has been a little bit chippy here in the third period.
4-on-4 for another 15 seconds. And then a power play for Belarus. It will be Belarus's 7th power play of the game. All 3 of their goals have come on the power play for a team that came in to this game 1 for 20 on the power play. They've found a way to get it working here in the most important game of the tournament for them.
That's where it's all been generated.
Lead pass for Andrei Kostitsyn. He will leave it for Sergei Kostitsyn. Centers looking for Stepanov. Away from him. Centered Stepanov. At the line, Yusenko. Down for Kaluzny. Kaluzny on the Belarus power play. Back for Yusenko. Sergei Kostitsyn. No room to pass it. And he circles back. Andrei Kostitsyn back for Sergei Kostitsyn for Stepanov. Quick shot. And that is blocked by Tollefson. And he has it jammed. And will hang on to it.
Well, Tollefson just shot. Kind of like a pad save there as he held on, waited for the whistle to come. And Stepanov, just a quick release. Tollefson blocks it. Stuck in his pants. Kostitsyn comes in, tries to jam it free. Eventually it drops with the whistle already gone.
Sold out building here in Ostrava. Crowds have been terrific. At the line, Korobov dishes it off, shot to the short side, and Lars Haugen makes the save and hangs on. Welcome all of those who have been watching Canada and Austria. 10-1 the final there. Here we have a 1-goal game. Belarus needs a point out of this game to advance to the quarterfinals. That would eliminate Slovakia. Belarus, all 3 of their goals have come on the power play, but Here in the third, it has been mostly Norway. Dennis Bayak along with Shane Knighty here at Ostrava.
Well, Belarus jumped out to the 3-0 lead, but they have been on their heels as Norway has scored 2 and made it interesting.
Morton Ask. And again, the fact that Belarus just needs a point out of this, it's like having a 2-goal lead for them. Norway has outshot Belarus 10-4 here in the third period and 18-17 overall. So 17 shots in the game for Belarus, and they have had 7 power plays. Norstabo back after it, play whistle down. He's got a goal in this game, the 19-year-old.
Well, and when you look at it, Belarus, probably not their best effort, and they are able to get away with a point. Their first prize, Canada. So I'm sure Dave Lewis will have to adjust the mentality of how his team prepares for that. But right now, Norway trying to make more of a game of it, put more pressure on Belarus.
Belarus goes on to win this or get a point out of this. That is the scenario. They will head to Prague. And a backhand shot by Ken-Andre Olam. Kevin Lalande, the netminder for Belarus, who missed the last game because of an injury, back in the nets for them today.
Well, he's come up with some big saves in the third period to maintain this 1-goal lead for his hockey team.
2:56 in regulation. Ken-Andre Olam to face off against Kulikov. And now it'll be Kovarshin who will go in and take that draw. Korobov keeping an eye on Ken-Andre Olam, who tried to get it to the front of the net. And this is put into the Belarus bench. And another stoppage.
Now Belarus just trying to chip the puck out now. Full defensive mode. They've been sitting back. And Dave Lewis trying to get his team here into the quarterfinals. They come up with a point. They will head to Prague and meet up with Canada, who dominated Austria today.
Dave Lewis out of Kindersley, Saskatchewan, the former Saskatoon Blade, drafted by the New York Islanders, drafted by the Alberta Oilers in the World Hockey Association, and what a career. Ne'er a game in the minors for Dave Lewis. Norstabo ahead for Holas. Holas getting chased back by Kovarshin. Norstabo had trouble with it as Stepanov breaks it up. Stepanov carries in, wrist shot to the far side. That just missed. Mathis Olam for Patrick Thorson. Thorson from a sharp angle can't get that to the net. Yasenko now takes Patrick Thorson down. Stasenko plays this around the boards, and this will be an icing call against Belarus.
Well, Dave Lewis here just trying to talk to his team to calm down and settle down. And we're going to have a timeout here by Norway. They will pull Lars Haugen and go with the 6-on-5 attack and try and tie this game up.
Trying to see if any of the Slovakian players are poking their head around the curtains by the dressing rooms to check the score in this game, although they may have a television down by their dressing room anyway, because their next game, it's coming up here against Team USA, and it will either mean a whole lot or it will mean nothing. Because if Belarus gets a point out of this game, Slovakia is eliminated from the quarterfinals.
Well, it'll be a big Slovakian crowd here, and they still can play the part of the spoiler because a U.S. win guarantees them #1 spot. So it'll be up to them how they want to approach that game. You always want to look for something to play for, and there always is if you look the right way.
So 6 attackers for Norway. With 1:57 left in regulation, Belarus up by a count of 3-2. It's been a good day for Alexei Kaluzny, their captain, who's getting set to take the face-off. He's had a 3-point day. Norway controls off the draw. Mathis Olam back to the blue line. Norstabo for Holas. The knuckler from the line went wide. Olam tracks it down in front for Thorson. Redirect. Lalande down on the short side. Hangs on, and more chippiness. We've seen quite a bit of that here in the third period.
Well, it's Big Anders Martinson in front. He's positioned himself right on top of the crease, able to get a backhand attempt, but Lalande able to make the save and quickly covers it up. Martinson, one of the bigger Norway players at 6'3" and well over 200 pounds. Mathis Olom, much smaller, but he has been the guy leading them offensively.
Artem Volkov plays for KHL Omsk to take the face-off against Thorson. Plays for SKA in the KHL. Came to the side of the net, and again off a stick and out of play.
Well, Norway just trying to win this draw and set up so they can get position, get that puck to the net, get traffic to the net.
Thorson trying to kick it back. It ends up at the line. Norstabo the shot, Lalande the save. And we have a crease violation against Norway. And face-off is going to come outside the line as Martinson is not happy with the call.
Well, it brings his team to face-off outside the blue line, and I can see why. Ole Gavenko hits Martinson into the crease and into Lalande.
That's a pretty good defensive play by Yavenko.
As long as you don't get caught for interference.
You know the officials are going to call it. Just give the guy a little nudge, get him into the blue paint. Face-off comes outside the line. And the netminder, Haugen, back in now, and he'll head right back to the bench as Mathis Olom gets it to the front of the net. Morten Ask goes in after it. Olom now the all-time world championship scoring leader for Norway. Holas at the line, save made, rebound. Chipped wide by Martinson. Yusenko checked to the in behind the net by Morten Ask. Now for Olom, and Olom fires this to the net, and that's off a stick and into the netting.
Well, they do a good job getting the shot through to the net, getting the traffic they want. Dave Lewis trying to get his team to change quickly. Trying to get them going here.
Well, you don't want to give Norway's top players just a chance to cruise around, get rested up. 57 seconds left in regulation. Again, Belarus just needing a point to advance to the quarterfinals against Canada. Norstabo, it's been a good tournament for the 19-year-old. His wrist shot doesn't get through. Olom on the far side. Stas jams it out. Norstabo holds it in, and then it is cleared out to center. Cleared at the empty net by Stas. And back for Norstabo. For Holas, 9 seconds here in Ostrava. Olom, Martinson, watch by Kostitsyn. Yavenko picks up the chase. At the line, slap shot, Holas, blocker, save Lalande. And this goes up into the netting, and Belarus will advance to the quarterfinals. They will travel to Prague and take on Canada.
Well, I think pretty safe to say I can't see 2 goals here in the last 10 seconds. So Dave Lewis able to coach his team to the quarterfinals, and he'll have a little more. The former National Hockey League head coach and assistant coach with some insight on how Canada is going to play as they'll take on the top seed from that Pool A.
Interesting, Dave Lewis just trying to get his team to speed things up here. Let's get this going. Don't let time go by.
Well, and that's the thing. Norway's been able to rest. They can't change lines here. They've got their 6 guys they want on the ice, and because it has been whistle after whistle and slow change, kind of like a rest period every time for the Norwegian players.
They've used their timeout, Norway has. They've added a couple of seconds to the clock, and as much yes as all they need is a point, and they're going to get that. But still, they want to get this game done with. Don't get it to overtime. Holas, the shot from the line, Lalande the save. And keep in mind that Belarus's goaltenders coming off an injury has been solid in this game. And they're going to bring the face-off.
Now back to the same spot, and they'll redo it. It was a shot through the net, saved by Lalande. He hangs on. And another face-off off to his right.
Norway trying to find the equalizer here. Norway 2-4 in this championship. Belarus 3-3, 11 points. They have a loss in overtime and a loss in the shootout. Holas at the line, the shot, that hit a leg. Sharp angle, chance cleared away. And this comes to an end with some more rough stuff. So Belarus wins this one by a score of 3-2, and Belarus will advance to the quarterfinals. They will travel to Prague and take on Canada, who goes undefeated in the A group with a win today over Austria.
Well, Belarus able to get it done all on the power play. A power play that sputtered through the first 5 games, but they're able to capitalize today with 3 of them on the power play. Late comeback, but Norway couldn't complete it.
And Norway will finish 2-5 in the preliminary. Preliminary round does end today, so Belarus moves on, a 3-2 win over Norway.
So, one quarterfinal set. Canada-Belarus. Canada has never lost to Belarus. Outscored them a whole lot. Has never played them in the playoffs. Belarus 0-3, so perfect positioning for Team Canada.
Set themselves up well. We're able to rest Crosby in this one, and they're flying on all cylinders right now.
We'll talk more about Canada's win and this matchup when we come back to our coverage of the Worlds.
The 2015 double